wake up.
Hey guys, Elquin here. Today I'll be going over the Swampland Fractal to show you the ins and outs of its mechanics and encounters. So let's get started at the very beginning and explain how the wisps work. At the start of the Swampland Fractal, all 3 wisps will be located in the stumps right in front of the opening to the Bloomhunger or the Mossman. When approaching the wisp at the entrance, they will fly off and go to 3 random locations on the map indicated by red gear icons. At this point, you'll want to send 3 party members out to the 3 gear icons. When the 3 party members indicate that they are ready, one of the waiting party members should do a countdown to ensure the 3 wisp runners pick the wisp up at the same time. As soon as the first wisp is picked up by interacting with the stump, a timer in the upper right will start counting down. All 3 wisp runners will have to return their wisp to an unoccupied stump at the closed passageway. The wisp runners will have to watch out for traps, which include spikes, bear traps, tripwires, and the mobs. Using swiftness, stability, and condition removing skills will help you greatly as a runner. If you are blocked off by a tree wall, you'll notice that there are plenty of spots where you can jump over the trees. Many new runners are not aware of these shortcuts, and using them can help you avoid frustration and failure. If the timer runs out before all 3 wisp runners are able to return their wisp, or if you drop your wisp, the map will reset and the wisp will fly off to 3 random locations. You will drop your wisp if you are downed, or use a transformation skill such as Mist Form. If your party has a Mesmer, you can take advantage of their portals to teleport wisp runners who are further away on the map. After all 3 wisps are returned, an opening will appear in front of the stumps that will allow you passage to Bloomhunger or the Mossman depending on which fractal level you are completing. If you are fighting Bloomhunger, you will take the fork to your right. Bloomhunger is a relatively easy boss. Most parties are able to DPS him down with ease, but if you are just starting out, you can use his mechanics to your advantage. First of all, Bloomhunger's attacks are projectiles. You can reflect his attacks with reflection skills like feedback or wall of reflection. While fighting Bloomhunger, you'll want to avoid his telegraphed attacks, which include orange circles on the ground, which will be shortly followed with a poison flung attack, and this will hurt fragile players. He'll also use an agony attack, which will be indicated by Bloomhunger doing a ground pound attack. This can be dodged. Lastly, he can use Binding Root on you and send out 3 directional shockwaves that are best avoided. Most groups do not worry about his 3 summoned minions, but you can kill them quickly so he does not receive their buffs. On to the next boss. If you are fighting the Mossman, you will take the fork to your left. The Mossman is a little bit harder than Bloomhunger, but not a problem if you know his mechanics. The Mossman will periodically summon wolves. You'll want to burn the summoned wolves down quickly so they don't become a problem. The Mossman will fight in melee range and does high damage with his regular attacks. Throughout the fight, the Mossman will temporarily stealth himself and reappear with a charged attack that will most likely down his target unless they dodge or block the attack. The Mossman can also throw his axe, which can be easily dodged or reflected. The Mossman's last abilities are kind of like an enraged mechanic. After a while, the Mossman will transform into the Norn's racial elite form of the Snow Leopard or Wolf. While in these forms, he will do substantially more damage. Now that we've gone over the Swampland Fractal, let's take a more detailed look at the Wisp Area. Again, this area is where you'll be returning the wisp. You can tell that the stump has been filled by the glowing wisp inside. As you can see here, all 3 wisps are currently in the stumps and the passageway is open. Okay, now I'll go around the map to show you all the possible wisp locations and how you can safely wait near them until everyone in your party is ready. And I will also show you how to navigate over closed off tree walls. This is the location of the first wisp. You can jump up on this rock and wait until your party is ready. Now this is the second wisp location. You can wait on this rock safely until your party is ready. Since this is one of the further wisp locations, I'll show you an easy path to take once you've picked up your wisp. You can jump right over this first tree. Be sure to avoid tripwires and bear traps once you've jumped over the tree. If this next tree is walled off, you can jump over it as shown. Okay, now for the third wisp location. If you have aggro, just jump up on the rock as shown, and you can safely wait for your party. Be careful of the spike traps around the stump. And now the 4th stump location. You can wait next to the stump and maneuver yourself between the traps when your party is ready. Again, you'll notice you can climb up the tree walls with ease. And the 5th stump location is guarded by a champion marsh drake. You can hang out near the mound next to him or in the corner behind him. You can also kite him around until your party is ready. Once you pick up his guarded wisp, he will start to spawn more marsh drakes, which you can easily outrun. And now on to the last stump. The last stump is surrounded by spider eggs. You can wait on this rock safely until your party is ready and then retrieve the wisp with swiftness. While you are running out, you'll break some of the eggs, which will spawn more spiders. You can easily outrun the spiders, just be sure to avoid the tripwires and bear traps. Okay guys, we just went over the Swampland Fractal. I hope you were able to learn a thing or two from this guide. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like it and also subscribe to keep track of my upcoming videos. I'll also take suggestions for future videos, so be sure to leave your requests in the comments below. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Elquin, and that concludes another episode of Stonewall Gaming.